So, video number 2 now. So yeah, in other news then, what have I do the same stuff every single day. I'm currently reading A Master and Margarita, which is a really funny, dark novel by Bulgakov, critique of Stalinist Russia, and it's great fun, it's satire, reading that. I've been doing lots of cooking. Waitrose strawberry and white chocolate meringues are to die for. They are absolutely divine. They taste like, they're amazing. They taste like strawberry ice cream in meringue form. For a foodie like myself, it's just divine. Really good. I hope I keep those up. Yeah, because I've been making a lot of eaten mess lately, which is essentially just cream, strawberries and meringue. It's incredibly calorific, but you know, as a treat it's alright. I did make a cake the other day. I made a strawberry cornmeal cake. It was very nice but incredibly filling. I think it's a bit of my mistake. I had it right after I made a vegetarian burger and chips. Probably a bit of a mistake having it right after a vegetarian burger and chips, because the burger was very filling. Yeah, and I was like, whew, really lethargic after that. Made me feel almost a little bit sick, like, I've eaten too much. I'm not used to eating that amount, I think, because I have got a lean diet normally. But I put the rest in the freezer, so I've got to go. I think I'll actually probably defrost some and have it up for breakfast, because it's a really nice cake, but I feel like in order to appreciate it, I probably need to have it on an empty stomach, because it is incredibly filling. So I think I might take out a slice and have it with my breakfast at some point. I'm not having any more cake for the next week or so. I'm caked out. So yeah, lots of cooking. Oh, and the other thing, as I think I've already told you from a previous video, one of my major obsessions, in a good way, is cottage core, farmhouse, and shabby chic aesthetic. I'm absolutely obsessed. I get obsessed with things. I'm a collector. Not a hoarder, at least not yet, but because it's a controlled collection, and you know, I only get things I really want. You know, like a hoarder is someone who's lost control, haven't they? And a hoarder also is no longer bringing them pleasure. I'm not a hoarder. This is something that gives me a lot of pleasure and joy in life, and stops me thinking about COVID. So I feel in that respect it's actually quite good escapism, even if I do get a little bit too obsessed now and again. But I love shabby chic and collecting retro signs to hang up on the walls. When I say retro, I don't mean old signs. I don't mean signs that are like actually really old. I mean ones that look old, so they're like modern. They're made now, but they deliberately make them so that they look old. You know, so that they look like faded. That's shabby chic essentially. It's like, it has a kind of like shabby look to it, so it looks like it's old and faded and worn, and it's kind of like retro as well, so like typically kind of from around sort of 1950s, 1960s sort of vibe, and yeah, it's kind of like I guess the chic bit kind of denotes a sort of fashion or sort of like trend, sort of aesthetic, you know, something that's pretty. And I'm really obsessed. So I'm constantly on Etsy, mainly just kind of like just kind of scrolling through. Like, I only buy stuff from there occasionally, but I just like looking mainly, and I think, oh, that looks nice, and then like bookmarking it, I think, oh, I'll get that at some point. Because it's keeping me sane right now, I guess. It's kind of like giving me a sense of control, you know. You know, it gives you a sense of control, and I sort of feel, well, although like, you know, there is a part of me that feels a bit like guilty, you know, when you order stuff online and it arrives in these big boxes and it's like, you know, not great for the environment, all this bloody plastic, you know. But, you know, it's keeping me sane, and I do have to protect my mental health, so it's like a toss-up really, isn't it? Mental health is so important, and it's keeping me sane, so you know, you have to do what keeps you sane. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. I live a very healthy lifestyle. You know, this is my little escape, if you will. And I feel it's quite harmless, really. But because it keeps me sane. You know, everyone has to do what they need to do to keep them sane. And there are healthy and not so healthy ways of doing that. But like I say, I feel it's quite benign, really. Because I'm stuck at home, I'm not going out. You know, you need your little kind of, you need your, otherwise you go absolutely mental. Because I'm stuck between four walls, you know. I can't go out. You know, I used to go to art galleries, because I like learning, I like stimulating my mind, as they say. I used to like going to art galleries, you know, museums, places of cultural interest, you know, National Trust properties. Didn't do this that often, by the way, but I went when I went with my support worker, because I need support to do it. I wish I could just go to these places on my own, unfortunately, because all my anxieties need support, so. But I was doing it with my support worker, and we were doing it once a month. We had a day trip, and I always really look forward to that. We often went to like I don't know, like sometimes go to National Trust properties, or museums and places like that, just like local places, and I always look forward to it. And it's like because I can't go on holiday and things like that, so that was my kind of like little day trip, like sort of escape. And now obviously I can't do that, so but I still need to stimulate my mind, so I'm just stimulating it through the decorative aesthetic impulse, and collecting signs is my little diversion, so that's what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with cottagecore. I didn't even realise it was a thing until lately. I was like obsessed with like rustic farmhouse stuff. I don't quite know why. I'm a very nostalgic person by nature. I've always been a nostalgic person. Since my early teens, I guess. I've been very nostalgic. I'm very nostalgic by nature. I find the world a very scary, intense, chaotic place, and I guess the past is kind of a sanctuary because it's already happened, and it's calming looking at the past before I sort of find the past I'm talking about like sort of like around sort of the pre-industrial era. Well, maybe not the pre-industrial era, sort of like not the pre-industrial era, but like before technology started to pollute the world, I guess. I kind of understand. Now I know that yes, the past was not perfect. I completely know. I'm a historian. I mean, I studied history at university. Don't get me wrong, I'm not deluded. I know the past was a crap place in many respects, and I know that in reality, the modern world is a lot better in many respects. So don't get me wrong, it's not like I want to go and live in the past or anything. It's pure romanticism, and I am fully aware that it's romanticism. But it's a fantasy, a kind of picking out the best pieces from the past and kind of using that as a kind of, I don't know, a sort of escape from a polluted, noisy present, if you will. So there are certain aspects of the past that were better than now. It was less polluted, there were more green spaces, it was more rural, it was more calmer in some respects. That element of the past, I guess, is the nostalgic element. I guess I also am experiencing some degree of nature deficit, banged up as I am inside, and so I like looking at kind of rustic farmhouse stuff because it makes me feel like I'm in touch with nature in some way. I just get obsessed because that's my nature. I'm an obsessive person. But yes, I've been spending a lot of time looking at these various aesthetics and things like that. Cottagecore is the one I'm most obsessed with, but every day I've been finding out a new aesthetic, and it's amazing. There's just so many of them. Let me know what aesthetics you like. So I'm going to finish this video now, and thank you for watching.